Alright, so we have some crazy developments in the OpenAI story, and it looks like Sam Altman isn't joining OpenAI, but instead he is joining Microsoft. No, I think nobody expected this outcome, honestly, but let's just go into it. So this is the tweet from Sam Altman, posted just like 20 minutes ago. The mission continues. So he's obviously replying to Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft. So let's look at his tweet. We remain committed to our partnership with OpenAI and have confidence in our product roadmap. So again, this is corporate speak, it doesn't really mean much. Our ability to continue to innovate with everything we announced at Microsoft Ignite, and in continuing to support our customers and partners. Yeah, again, just he needs to show confidence that this won't hurt Microsoft because of the stock price, which we will get to in a bit. We look forward to getting to know Emer Shear, new OpenAI CEO. It's not going to be Mira Murati, it's this new guy. And OpenAI's new leadership team and working with them. And we're extremely excited to share the news that Sam Altman and Greg Brockman, together with colleagues, will be joining Microsoft to lead a new advanced AI research team. Bro, this story is like, I don't know, man. It's almost too good. Like, it's literally movie quality. I don't think anybody could script this better. We look forward to moving quickly to provide them with the resources needed for their success. Now, I don't know. Personally, I don't really understand why Sam would do this over starting his new company. I mean, obviously, Microsoft has big momentum behind it. They have so much compute power, so I guess it makes sense. And probably, he's on good terms with Satya, so like he knows that he'll get everything he needs. But on the other hand, it's like, if you think about how much like impact or power he can really have as someone just leading a research team underneath Microsoft, it's almost like, I think it's less power than like he would have at OpenAI. I don't know. I don't see like why he would not start his new company unless he thinks that AGI is really close and starting a new AI company wouldn't have enough time to like catch up. So maybe AGI is really around the corner. Who knows? Now, a great point that Mad Wolf made is that turns out Mira Murati was actually on Sam's team. That's what it looks like right now. Again, the story is like developing super fast, but in the past, like everybody thought that she was part of the coup and she was with Ilya, but it actually seems like she was actually with Sam and, was the one who wanted to bring him back. So this is kind of interesting story development on Mira Murati's part, but I don't know. She isn't going to be CEO, so she's probably will remain as the CTO of OpenAI, or she might quit and join Sam's team at Microsoft. Now, the only winner, the main winner in this whole shenanigans is Google, obviously, because they didn't have to do anything and they are like back in the lead in terms of AI race. Now, obviously, Gemini has been promised for the last half a year, and we still haven't seen anything really. Sure, there was some like testing with some select few companies, but in terms of consumers, we haven't seen anything from Google. Like, yeah, we got some Bard updates and stuff like that, but be honest, how many of you are actually using Bard? Because, I only use it like once or twice after a new update, and then I stop using it. So I don't know. Google is like, they are doing nothing, but this is the best news for them all year round, basically. Now, what's crazy is that Satya Nadella is like a business maestro. Like, he's literally, what he did over the last 2 years in terms of AI and, the partnership with OpenAI, investing in them, is kind of insane. Like, this guy is one of the greatest CEOs of all time. Now, yeah, he isn't the founder of Microsoft, obviously, but like, man, putting him after Steve Ballmer was a great decision because, like, look at this. He pulled this off before markets open. So, like, Microsoft stock, as you can see, was quite impacted by the news of OpenAI. It dropped really fast, and then it dropped again. But now, since he announced the Sam Altman and Greg Brockman team before market opens, we can expect like we can expect it to skyrocket, probably even above this. Now, this is obviously not financial advice, but yeah, just analyzing how Satya Nadella is a business maestro. So we got a tweet from Ondrej Karpathy, who's been silent for a long time, and everybody's kind of waiting for him. And he posted this hazard emoji, a radioactive sign. Now, people are memeing this because of kind of the hearts that have been posted by Sam and others. If you look at Sam's IG, obviously he was memeing that he is a guest at OpenAI. But before this, he posted, "I love the OpenAI team so much." And to this, we got the hearts, right? So Mira Murati posted blue heart, Will Depew, but where is Greg? Greg posted heart too. But anyway, like basically everyone posted some sort of heart, except for Ilya, which is interesting. And Ondrej posted this radioactive sign. Now, people, I think, are reading way too much into this, thinking that AGI has been achieved internally and stuff like that. But it's nice to see that Ondrej is no longer silent. So who is the new CEO? Like, OpenAI has a new CEO, Emmett Shear. Hopefully I'm saying that right. So who is he, right? So Sam Altman isn't coming back to OpenAI in a twist that no one saw coming. True. Twitch co-founder Emmett Shear is the new CEO. So he's the guy who co-founded Justin TV, which then turned into Twitch. And, now he's the CEO of OpenAI, apparently. After a weekend of negotiations to potentially bring Sam Altman back as OpenAI CEO, following his shock firing, the company's non-profit board has gone another way entirely and named former Twitch CEO and co-founder Emmett Shear as interim CEO. So this is interesting because they didn't make him permanent CEO. They again made him interim CEO. So this is the third CEO of OpenAI in the last 72 hours, which is insane. And they aren't fully committed, because if they were, they wouldn't call him interim CEO. So it looks like OpenAI will still probably have a different CEO, by the start of tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, this is insane, man. According to, he will take over as CEO from Mira Murati, who was publicly aligned with Sam Altman. That's 3 CEOs in 3 days, if you're keeping track. Yep. Shear's surprise appointment comes after OpenAI's 4-person board refused to step down and let Sam Altman return, according to multiple sources. Okay, so this is interesting because yesterday there were actually some, negotiations that by 5 p.m. San Francisco time, the board has to resign. Otherwise, like dozens or maybe even 100 employees would quit. And the employees are quitting right now, which is, the crazy part, because this might actually spell the doom for OpenAI. People knew that this would be bad for OpenAI from the beginning, but when there was news that Sam Altman might be coming back, it was kind of almost... People thought that it would end up being good, right? Because Sam would come back, he would get more power, the toxic board would get removed, and OpenAI would be stronger than ever. At least that was the prevailing, belief. But now that Sam is instead joining Microsoft, and the board refused to step down, people are going to leave. Obviously, dozens of employees are going to leave OpenAI. Some will join Google, some will join, XAI, some will join Mistral, but a lot of them will join Sam and the new division at Microsoft. So the board, I don't know, it seemed like they were under a ton of pressure from Microsoft and the public, but then it seemed like they refused to step down. So I don't know what will happen to OpenAI. Again, I think at this point making any predictions in the story is, just completely blind, and everything is changing. But every hour there is some new development, which is just insane and impossible to keep up. So hopefully these videos are helping you out. If they are helping you out, please subscribe. So, but let's look at who is the Emmett Shear guy, right? Who is he? Because he might become the permanent CEO if he does a good job as interim CEO. Okay, so let's see if this article has anything good. Only path to achieving company. Okay, so which employees were told Sunday that removing Altman was the only path to achieving the company's mission of broadly beneficial artificial. Whoa, that's a strong statement. Removing Sam was the only path to do that. Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, obviously, right now it's kind of believed that Sam was basically growing the company too fast, taking on too much investment, too many projects, and that made like the board and especially Ilya uncomfortable. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But it really seems like OpenAI will be in great trouble. The hiring of Sheer appears to close the doors on Sam Altman's sudden exit. Yeah, I mean, basically, that's given. So, like, I mean, obviously there can be another twist, but it's basically given that Sam will not be returning, especially after Satya's, announcement. Like, that would be kind of crazy. So this is, I guess, a recap of the last 2 days. Okay, naming Sheer as the CEO of the most high-profile AI company in the world is a surprise, given that he isn't seen as a leader in the space. Back in March, he left Twitch right before a significant round of layoffs. Twitch saw another round of layoffs. In October, Amazon bought the live streaming service for $1 billion in 2014. Okay, so Emmett Shear, born 1983, interim CEO of OpenAI, having been named by the board. Okay, so this is interesting. So if the board named him, he is probably one of the, safety guys, one of the like, let's centralize AI, let's close everything down. Open source is bad, AGI is scary, it will destroy the world. Hopefully not, but like if the board appointed him, then he probably is one of those guys. Anyway, yeah, so previously he was at Twitch until March 2023. Okay, so this is nice, and served as a part-time partner at the virtual capital firm Y Combinator. So obviously Sam Altman, before he founded OpenAI, he was the president of Y Combinator. So maybe he's on good terms with Sam, probably, because that explains the tweet. I love the OpenAI team so much because Emmett is right now the part of the OpenAI team. Now, obviously, this is probably more towards the older OpenAI team, and I don't know. Maybe this is just Sam like subtly encouraging people to not leave, but obviously people are leaving, which is really bad for OpenAI. I mean, if you want, I'll probably make a more detailed video on this guy, just like I did on Mira Murati, because, he's going to be the CEO of OpenAI. Now, we will see whether he's a good guy or a bad guy, but right now I'm seeing PDOOM, which is, effective altruist speak, which is a big red flag, because effective altruists are the one who destroyed OpenAI, basically. And, if you just look at the last 12 months, the track record of the effective altruism movement, we got people like Sam Bankman-Fried who stole like $8 billion and destroyed like hundreds of thousands of people's lives. Then we have, obviously the OpenAI board who just destroyed the biggest AI company in the world, $90 billion valuation. So yeah, I mean, another effective altruist. I don't know. So Shear has publicly stated that he's concerned. Wait, let's zoom it in. Shear has publicly stated that he is concerned about the impact AI can have on civilization, putting his PDOOM of probability of doom between 2 and 50. So between 2 and 50%, I guess. Wow. I mean, 50 is kind of wild, to be honest. But now we know why the board chose him, I guess. Yeah. But anyway, Nick Dobos summed it up amazingly. Mistral, the open source AI startup from Paris, is about to have a banger week, because this really opened up the people's eyes to the importance of open source AI, where, some 4-person board, where 2 of those people are like basically completely unknown. One of them is the CEO of Quora. It's like, what is this board, man? The only person that makes sense is Ilya Sutskever. And then like we have 3 others that make no sense. Like, what is this board? Like 4 random people leading the world's most important AI company in the world, and basically deciding the future of humanity. It's like, no, please no, okay? So open source is obviously the way, and the last 72 hours proved that. So Mistral is, the hottest new open source startup from France, and yeah, they're about to have a banger week because ton of people are leaving OpenAI, and obviously those people are looking for a job, and they will have a lot of offers from like Google, XAI, Meta, and all the big players, Inflection. And Mistral is uniquely positioned because they are completely open source. So, this attracts the highest level of talent because the people who, like, this was the downfall of DeepMind because they had 3/4 of the best AI talent in the world, but they simply weren't publishing. So imagine if you're like a genius AI researcher and you're being paid, 7 figures a year, which is like all the top people are being paid that, multiple 7 figures a year. But all the work you do, like, isn't being released. It's basically being shelved. So like those people don't really care about money. So I wouldn't be surprised if they like step down from OpenAI and maybe got, I don't know, paid like 300,000 a year less. So yeah, sure, they won't be paid, I don't know, 1.1 million, but will be paid 800K. But like at that point, those people don't really care because they are just building the future. They're building AGI. So I think Mistral is, together with Google, like they're the biggest winners of this. Now, yeah, it's kind of unfortunate to see, OpenAI being destroyed like this, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Like anything is possible in this AI space, and in the last 70 hours we've seen like how quickly things move. In the north, like there was enough stuff happening in the last 72 hours as is in most industries in a year. So we'll see. Again, like if you want to stay on the cutting edge of this story, please subscribe. It takes 2 seconds and it helps out a lot.